Good afternoon, everyone. We are about to get started with our 1 o'clock scheduled meeting, Criminal Justice Committee meeting. If you are here for the Criminal Justice Committee meeting, you are in the correct place. If you are not here for the meeting, you are not in the correct place. All right. Do we have one? All right, Ms. Anita, get started.
Roll call. Councilmember King.
Here.
Councilmember Morrell is in chambers. Councilmember Harris. Here. Councilmember Green. Councilmember Hughes. We have 4 members. We have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Everyone, can you please, we ask that everyone clear the chambers who is not here for the Criminal Justice Committee meeting. That includes Fox 8. We ask that you clear the chambers so we can conduct our Criminal Justice Committee meeting. Y'all can stay. This is important stuff too if y'all want to. We talking about the summertime opportunities for our youth. So this is equally important. Fox 8. If you want to stay to catch this, you can definitely stay. All right. All right. I make a motion to approve the April 27th meeting, 27 minutes, second by Councilmember Green. Councilmember Green. All right. Motion's approved. Next, we're going to hear from Mr. Larry Barabino, the Chief Executive Director of NARD.
Councilmember King, I just wanted to be on the record because this is such an important issue to me, but I do want to be on the record that because of a medical issue, I have to leave at 1:30, and that's the only reason. But I appreciate your agenda and strongly support this information being released.
Thank you. So what? Hold on. I'm just. All right, we want to have everyone keep it quiet, show our presenters some respect, so everyone can be heard. This is a very important topic with summer right around the corner. Schools are graduating. Children are being let out of school. We are here to discuss the city's summertime plans for our youth, as well as some nonprofit mentor groups to hear their plan for the youth. So we ask that if you're not here for this meeting, please continue the conversation in the hallways. Thank you. Mr. Barabino, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, council members. I'm excited to be able to present to you all today to let you all know where we stand today for summer 2026. With me, I have Natasha Robinson, who is the Chief Programming Officer for NARD. So our goal this summer is to hire 100 lifeguards and 31 camp staff persons. As of today, and this slide was submitted last week, so I'm going to give you guys the updated numbers. As of today, we have 82 lifeguard applications in hand. 82 lifeguards that's working through the system towards our 100 lifeguard goal. We have 49 that have completed their packets and ready to start on Monday if we call them. We have 2 that failed the drug test. We have 17 that is pending background checks and screen tests, background checks and drug screens. And we have 14 that's in the pending application stage. Some of them are teens between the age of 15 and 17, need work permits and things of that nature, their IDs. But again, we have 82 in the pipe right now, with knowing that only 2 has failed the drug test. We're poised to have these 80 ready to go, with our goal is to reach 100, and we have the rest of the month of May to accomplish that, because this is when a lot of our college students return to come to work with NORD. We have a total now, and this is updated information, we have 36 applicants for our summer camp hires. 23 are ready to go. And so when I say they're ready to go, as I mentioned, the 49 and the 23, they're ready, they're in the systems, they're ready to go. Once they start working, these persons will receive their paychecks on time. And I want to send a thank you to the CAO's HR team, who has been in our office fully staffed daily, making sure that we're bringing on everyone, and everyone is in the system, and that they will be receive their payments on time when they're at work. And so we're saying that we have 23 completed packages. We have 4 that initially didn't clear the drug test, but 2 since have been cleared. We have 4 pending background checks and drug screens, and we have 5 applicants that we're waiting on miscellaneous information, such as expired IDs, transcripts in different forms. Again, we're still hiring. We're looking for lifeguards. Our pay is $17.58 an hour for lifeguards, which is considered by Red Cross one of the highest salaries for public pools throughout the country. Also with that, we are fully funded to hire up to 100 lifeguards. We're excited about that. We have a full budget for that. And with it, when those persons that come on and apply for NORD, we do the certification. We only ask that they know how to swim. They have to pass the swim test, and they have to pass the drug test, but we provide the certification and all of the training. And it starts at the age of 15 years old with the work permit. We also have our junior lifeguard program, and that's for young persons ages 13 to 15 years old. We're still looking, we have about 30 slots remaining for our junior lifeguard program. That's persons that you don't have to know how to swim, you just have to have the interest in wanting to be a lifeguard. We train them to swim, we teach them all the operations of working at a swimming pool, and that's the pipeline that we're building to ensure that those persons can become full-fledged lifeguards at 15 years old. And they receive a stipend for 6 weeks for participating through the Teen Career Camp at $450 as a junior lifeguard for 6 weeks. As it relates to our summer camp registration, for our summer camp registration, our goal was $1,380 for our youth. We brought on 1,560 youth, and we're at capacity for our youth camp. That's NORD camps as well as our partners. We're at capacity, and we are fully funded to make sure all of our partners receive their payments for this. With our teen camps, we had 628 spots. We were sitting at 582 spots that were filled, with still some spots to be filled, and the majority of those spots are the junior lifeguard spots. And with our Summer Sports Challenge, that's our evening program that we have, where we provide opportunity for our teens 13 to 17 years old to be involved in 7-on-7 flag football, 5-on-5 basketball, co-ed volleyball, esports, as well as our podcasting program. And that was designed to keep our teens off the streets during the evening hours, and they can earn a stipend up to $450 if they attend every session every day. And that's a 6-week program during summer months as well. And this slide reflects what we're doing with summer. Again, it's 6 weeks. It runs from June 1st to July 10th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And anyone that's interested, have a kid that's interested in participating in the Summer Sports Challenge, again, it's from 13 to 17 years old. They can contact the NORD office at 504-658-3015. We do have spots open for our Sports Challenge program. Again, that's Orleans Parish residents 13 to 17 years old. Also, during our summer months, we continue to offer our programming, and our programming is free. We have our swim lessons that takes place at our indoor and outdoor swimming pools. We also have our family swim time, and also we'll be bringing on 2 additional splash pads this summer. The one is at Cutoff Rec Center, and the other one is at Velazquez Playground in Mission. So we will have 2 splash pads that will be opening up sometime this summer. Also, we continue to offer our open play for our kids out of the community in the afternoons. Our rec centers are closed to the public from 7 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. on 4 p.m. because of summer camps. But at 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., our rec centers are open for whether it's open play basketball or volleyball or it's other programming that's going on. Our fitness centers, the rec centers will be open from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. Mondays through Fridays and Saturdays from 9 to 2. Also, with our athletic season right now, we're in baseball and softball. And also, we will be having flag football this summer. With our multi-programs division, we have our family game nights event. The first one is May 15th at Morris FX Jeff, and the second one is July 17th at St. Bernard Recreation Center. We're asking parents to go to the website and at nordc.org to find out more details on it. But family game night is where you can come out with your kids, your families, and participate in all the different board games and different games and opportunities that they offer in a family-oriented setting and environment. And that is the conclusion of my report for summer.
Thank you, Mr. Barabino. Councilmember Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Barabino. You know, I'm going to ask about A.L. Davis Park Pool. I know we just got the contract signed and routed properly. Do we have a timeline on when the repairs might be made and when the pool might be open?
So the goal is, the contract is, once the contract is finally signed, we got it back from the contractor. Once it's finally signed by the mayor, the contractor will have the notice to proceed and we'll have the timeline on it. The only thing that we would need to know from him is if there's going to be any lead time on the parts and equipment, because sometimes that takes long. But our goal is to open that pool for the summer. This is a long time coming, and we're excited to have the contractor on board with the contract ready to go. But as soon as I have the kickoff date for it and anticipated completion date, I will definitely provide that to you. But the goal is to have it to open in sometime this summer, unless there's a long lead time on the supplies and equipment for the contractor.
Got it. And I want to thank you for getting the nets replaced for the basketball. And I can tell you that I see folks playing tennis and pickleball all the time on the newly refurbished court. So I just want to thank you for that. I do have a request. I think that we just put it in today. I was at Sophie B. Wright's graduation today, and Dr. Clark mentioned that the lights at Evans Playground are off and need additional ones. And so I'll follow up with you to see if we can't get some capital money in order to get more lighting out there.
Absolutely.
So that the school can play and use the park.
Absolutely. Until then, I'll have the electrician go out to see if it was a disconnect or something, if it was something minor. But if it's something major, definitely I'll need your help on the funding side.
Yep, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Green.
Thank you for your work, Mr. Barabino. Appreciate it. And I want to especially thank you for the recent developments relative to Perry Rome Stadium in Berman, the cooperative endeavors with the high schools and the association of the high school. I appreciate that. The Inspire NOLA, Friends of Inspire NOLA and St. Augustine High School is good. Hey, I just want to put in a special request for you. Sampson Park. Tom and Gail Benson are building a school not so far away. I want the children to be able to feel comfortable coming to Sampson Park, and so there's some little things that need to be done that we talked about, the benches and things like that. But just as in my community, the students at Audubon Montessori, which is in Gentilly, can go to a park near them if they want to stretch out and play. It may not happen immediately, but during the time that right now, it may not happen immediately, but the school's going to be there forever. It's close to Sampson. I think that's an integral part of the community to make that one as nice as possible. Just asking you to be very deliberate about it, knowing that there's a new school, a a new stadium going in, and we've got some new construction going on because of the safety of that community. Would appreciate it.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm not sure if you was aware, but and thank you for providing the bond funds, but they have broken ground on renovating the building and the new construction part of the swimming pool that's taking place. The pool will open this summer because the construction portion of it is on the exterior of it. So they're building the new portions, the restrooms, locker room, office spaces at Sampson, and that construction has kicked off at Sampson already. So we definitely have some construction going, and thank you for making sure we had the bond funding to do that.
All right, now you put me on the spot. Was there a groundbreaking that I missed, or y'all just started?
No, it was not a groundbreaking.
All right, come on. I want everything to be happening in Desire and everybody to know about it.
Yes, sir.
Let's do something. Maybe midway we do something and let people know that it's happening. Because that's part of attracting people to that community that's been underserved for so long, letting them know that there are a lot of positives going on.
Absolutely. I'll make sure I let Capital Projects know.
Come on,
Yes,
let's do it halfway through, all right?
Okay.
All right. That's great news.
Yes.
Desire community. All right.
All right. Thank you to NARD, Mr. Barabino. I see that we have camps starting as early as 4 years old.
Yes.
So there's something for children 4 until they make 15. They're gonna start getting stipends from NARD through the junior lifeguards, and also the 7-on-7 athletic programs or 3-on-3, just different athletic programs. They
Yes.
can basically get paid to go to a camp.
Yes, yes. So we have our youth camps, which are ages 4 to 12, and we have our teen camps, which is 13 to 15 years old. And again, it's not a camp. It's not a job. It's a camp. It's a teen career camps, and our teens receive a stipend up to $450 for 6 weeks if they attend every session every day. And also in the afternoons, we have up to 300 teens that's eligible from 13 to 17 years old to participate in our Evening Sports Challenge program, which was designed to give our teens something to do during summer months in the evenings to keep them off the streets and involved in positive activities and programs. And again, they can earn up to $450 for participating. And from my research, NARD is the only Parks and Rec agency in the country that provides a stipend for teens to attend a camp. Most cities and municipalities, you have to pay for your teen to attend those camps, where the city of New Orleans provide those teens a stipend to attend those camps.
Well, thank you for that. So when folks say there is nothing to do, this shows that is not the case. And if NARD isn't something that you're able to get into or you want to do, we'll hear from some of our community partners coming up next about things they have. So thank you, Mr. Barabino. Before you leave, you may be asked to address a couple of public comments. So we're going to have Ms. Scott, followed by Ms. Plummer.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Shantae Scott. I am the mother of Jace Lee Scott. My son Jace played baseball through NARD, so this conversation about youth recreation and summer programming is very personal to me. I appreciate the city discussing ways to create opportunities for our youth, because our young people truly need safe places, positive environments, and consistent community support. But I also want to speak honestly about what many of us use across New Orleans, and also what we see. I ride through this city and I see playgrounds, basketball courts, and recreational spaces sitting empty far too often. And the question becomes, what more can be done to truly bring our youth back into these spaces? Because young people need more than just facilities. They need organized activities, mentorship, outreach, consistency, transportation access, community involvement, and programs that make them feel connected and valued. As a mother who lost her son to gun violence, I understand how important prevention really is. Recreation is not just entertainment. It is intervention. It is mentorship, it is mental health support, it is relationship building, and sometimes it is the difference between a young person choosing a positive path and ending up in danger. And we know where that can go. I believe this city must continue investing in athletics, arts, education, leadership programs, and neighborhood-based activities that keep our youth engaged year-round and not just temporarily during the summertime. Our children deserve to see parks and playgrounds full of life, opportunity, and hope, not just through the summertime, but throughout all the year.
Thank you, Ms. Scott. Ms. Plummer.
If I may, before Ms. Plummer speak, as just same as you, Councilman King, Ms. Scott, I coached her son, Jay Scott, from a little kid up until 13, 14 years old at Willie Hall Playground with my son. It was a tragedy that would happen with her son, but her son, as well as Ms. Scott, was actively involved in the programming at Willie Hall, and I commend her for her continuous push and advocacy for NORD and for programming opportunities, because her son definitely was a NORD kid.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Plummer?
Good afternoon. I am a strong advocate for the children, but especially when it comes to boxing. And I know Mr. Barabino has never been a fan of boxing. I was a part of the team that actually designed and brought back the historic Milne Boys Home boxing gym. And as you know, Councilman King, we've been on you and a couple others about a boxing gym in the cutoff. We need that. When I got involved in boxing, I was only involved because they needed to go to a tournament and they needed somebody to raise money. And I did. And I kept raising monies for them. And those little boys finally said, "No, Miss Alicia, we want you to come to our boxing match." And I'm like, "No, I can't do that." I would get teary-eyed. I still to this day get teary-eyed when they're fighting. But I'm also rah, 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 hit 'em, get serious in the gym. I know the importance of boxing because it teaches discipline, and our kids need to learn discipline. It also teaches them to love one another with sportsmanship. They may fight in the ring, but when they get out of the ring, they're playing, they're hugged up, they're dapping each other up, and we need to have that for our kids. And I am trying to press upon the importance of boxing also as an in-run for our kids, and that we expand boxing and also Milne Boxing Gym, the historic Milne Boxing Gym, which has always had a boxing gym since Louis Armstrong boxed over there, that Mr. Barabino do better over there.
Thank you, Ms. Plummer. Councilman Green, you want to say something?
Gives me a chance to just announce to the public who's watching that on the 30th of May at Milne, there'll be the Spartan Boxing Club's their boxing match. Just want to encourage everybody to be on the lookout for it. Put it on your calendar on the 30th, starting at 10 a.m.
So, Ms. Plummer, although there is not boxing on the West Bank, I did speak to Mr. Barabino and other members of NORD about possibly doing something that is as difficult. It doesn't still as much discipline, and that is wrestling. My son does wrestling. There are club sports connected to high schools, and is a very physically involved sport, and it teaches discipline, it teaches camaraderie, teaches everything that boxing does. So if boxing, which is costly because you have to get a public facility renovated, get a space, it's a lot that goes into it. Maybe wrestling is something that NORD can take a look in, which may just boxing. Okay.
And Councilman, if I may address some of the misinformation that was provided. One, I have been and continue to be a supporter of NORD's partnership with Spartan Boxing. Under my leadership at NORD, I not only attend the boxing matches, as Councilman Green could tell you, because we have communicated at different boxing matches there. I've been present, but I have funded Spartan boxing at a level that that hasn't been done previously, where that we've provided funding for the teams to travel and to compete. And also under my leadership, we did a $50,000 CEA that was able to give the volunteer boxing coaches a stipend for them to continue to come and to support the boxing and to make sure the boxing program was able to grow. And all of that was done under my leadership. That didn't exist before. So I just wanted to make clarity that I 100% support Spartan boxing in their programming back there, and also support the expansion of boxing, as you and I have talked about expanding boxing in Algiers, and also looking forward to opening up the old Sign and Signal Shop as the new boxing facility, because it's slated to have a boxing side at the old Sign and Signal Shop once that's renovated. So the goal is definitely to expand boxing, but under my leadership, I have 100% supported Spartan boxing, as well as the expansion of boxing for NORD and for the city of New Orleans with our youth and our youth that's participating.
Thank you, Mr. Barabino. Well, if there are no other comments, no online comments, we'll go to number 4, a presentation from Heroes of New Orleans. Ms. Plum, I'm going to invite you out to a wrestling match so you can come see just how okay. We could do both. It's called MMA. I don't know. I don't see him. Mr. Raven, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right, first I want to say just good morning to the council and everybody who joined us today. Thank you all so much for this opportunity to present to you all. My name is Greg Ravy. I'm the founder and CEO of Heroes of New Orleans, a nonprofit organization. And today I'm super excited to talk about our summer opportunities that we have. This year we're doing things a little bit different. In the past we have done workforce development throughout the summertime, obviously due to funding and different things that transpired. We're partnering up with the mayor's office and as well as the housing authority to provide us with 15 young people from both entities to join us in our workforce development program. What we're doing is launching our program called Heroes 360. We'll be utilizing those participants not only to learn career exploration and opportunities and development, but also to assist us as we open up these opportunities to young kids as we really focus on peer-to-peer mentor this summer. And so we're excited to launch this program called Heroes 360, which gives the community an opportunity to engage our facility. We have a 10,500 square feet facility with a podcast studio, 3D print studio, as well as a game room with over 28 stations. We have a culinary program as well. We have recreation, newly renovated basketball, gymnasium, a gym as well with light weights, not too much heavy stuff, and as well as a conference room that we do training in, garden, and a few outside activities. And so in the past, before we launched 360, our program really focused on students that was enrolled in our program. But as we evaluate the community and realize the need to scale up and bring more young people to our facility to enjoy some of the opportunities we have, we open it up. So we're super excited about launching Heroes 360 this summer. So what that means is that kids will have the opportunity to enroll in the program completely free. They'll receive a ID, which we scan when they come in, and then they will be able to enjoy, again, our facilities, learn 3D printing, be able to host a podcast, work with our chef to work on culinary recipes, and all those great things throughout the summer. The age range for these kids to participate is as young as 5 all the way up to 21. Our workforce opportunity program that we have currently, we have 57 students on the waiting list to be a part of our program. We offer this program year round, so we're super excited again to work with young people to do peer-to-peer mentorship this summer. So just a little bit, some of the topics that we cover in our workforce development program, new employment payroll, building network, career exploration, financial literacy, job interview and resume building, on-job training. We also offer our Wise Guys program as well. That's working with just young men from 14 all the way up to 21, just around this making decisions under peer pressure, abstinence, and then leadership skills. Making Proud Choices is a program we offer, again, around HIV and STI knowledge, conception, healthy relationships, and decision-making skills. And again, what I just talked about is our summer entrepreneurship program, where they learn business plan, marketing strategies, as well as financial management. And then I'll open to take any questions.
Any comments from the dais? Councilmember Green.
I'm just pleased with your work. I've been a couple of times there, and I appreciate Councilman King has gone out of his way to extend, an invitation to me. I've been to a couple of events. It's great to see the young folks who are involved with your program, but I appreciate your commitment. It goes beyond that building, and it's in real programs that are making a difference. It was nice to talk to the young participants, the beneficiaries of your program, and what they commented on was very honestly the support that they got from you and those who are administering your program. So thank you. You're a hero. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Councilmember Harris.
Thank you for everything you do. I'm just wondering if this can be expanded into District B selfishly.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's have conversations. We definitely open to it. We want to help many young people as we can. So let's have some further conversation.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Rave, I want to publicly thank you for what you've been doing for just about a decade in Algiers. You saw something, you saw a need, and you didn't sit back and complain and whine and say, why isn't the city doing anything? You started your own program, and you are now a partner with the city. And if we had more people like that in every district throughout the city, then we have a better city, because I do see the improvements that Heroes is making. I want you, if you could, to touch on, I know you all at Berean Bible Church on Herschel.
Yep.
Just outside of that, what describe for us what is on the outside of that, and what do children have to look at every day when they enter and exit Heroes, your campus?
I think on the outside, it's not always, when our kids come, and I have a fellow with us today, Miss Joanne, she's a part of our exchange program, and she catches the bus every day from where she's staying at, and she has to walk through that. And we have 2 fellows in that program, and one of which we have to sometimes meet them at the bus stop to walk them back, because of just some of the activities that's just taking place and all that good stuff. It became a dumping site, and so our kids, see a lot of trash, sofas, clothing, different items and things like that. And so, again, it's kind of hard to tell a kid, what he can be when he's seeing something every single day. So I think, again, we have went in for it to not even taking the front way. We tell our parents just to drop them off around the back, just to kind of avoid, them having to walk through that area. But again, it definitely can be, tough at times. Just, again, more importantly for me, being a dump site every day I go to work, I'm seeing couches, beds, and, different activities going on. So yeah, of course, yeah, it can be tough.
So you mentioned different activities. There was a meeting you had, an event you had over the summertime with the DA's office, and I left with some friends from out of town. I'm not sure if I told this story before. They attended a meeting, and as we left, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there was individuals outside smoking drugs within 10 feet of your property. And I'm thinking, if I was a child seeing that, just hearing the DA and the councilman and Mr. Ravy speak about say no to drugs, immediately I walk out and I see somebody with a pipe in their hand. I've witnessed people what appear to be in an act of prostitution right around this facility. So I just hope that the city is more intentional about cleaning up their property. I know some of it is in litigation, but it doesn't have to look like
I agree.
a place that CARE forgot. But there being litigation involved, it still could be a little TLC given to that area. But anyway, thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for your work in Algiers and throughout the city. It's not ignored. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I do want to, in closing, say one thing to the council. I know it was a tough year as far as budgeting and all that good stuff, but our organization came a long way because of what you guys have done in the past and what y'all contributed in the past. And so again, I just want to tell y'all thank y'all. We greatly appreciate it. Even though your hands are tied, y'all working on more important things. As an organization, we understand. Right, we understand, what y'all going through and what y'all dealing with and how y'all prioritizing. So again, I just wanted to say thank y'all so much for just, supporting us in every way that y'all can support us. And that's showing up to events, that's, emailing us about opportunities that they have in the city, whether that be funding or, to meet somebody who's doing something similar. All those things are important, all those things that matter. That shows us that y'all still thinking about us, even in the event that y'all can't do what y'all did before. So again, that means so much, and I was glad to see all of y'all to come to the race, participate in the fundraiser, the grand opening of our, culinary program, our kitchen, the little things, count as well. So thank y'all so much for doing that. Appreciate
Thank you. And also thank you for the food giveaways and the resource giveaways you often have on the West Bank. We are going to go to Ms. Scott. While Ms. Scott is coming up, Cultivating Youth is en route, so if they don't get here, we'll go to number 6, which is the Mayor's Office of Workforce Development. Ms. Scott, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon once again. My name is Shantae Scott, mother of Jace Lee Scott. I want to first thank everyone involved in the Heroes of New Orleans initiative for recognizing the importance of mentorship, violence prevention, and positive engagement for our youth. Because our young people need more than promises. They need real support systems, they need safe spaces, they need trusted adults, and they need opportunities that make them feel seen, valued, and protected. As a mother who lost my son to gun violence, this conversation is deeply personal to me. When we talk about preventing violence, we must understand that prevention starts long before tragedy happens. It starts with investing in youth, people, consistently. Not only during crisis, not only after violence, but every single day. Programs like this matters because mentorship can redirect lives, community involvement can save lives, and giving youth purpose, structure, and opportunity can make the difference between hope and hopelessness. But I also want to respectfully say this. Public safety is not just about creating programs, it is about creating trust. Families need to know that when violence does happen, there will be transparency, accountability, and fairness within the systems that are supposed to protect us. Young people need to trust the adults, institutions, and leadership guiding them. Because if we truly want to build safer communities, we can not only focus on intervention after violence. We must build relationships, consistency, accountability, and hope before violence ever begins. I believe New Orleans has the ability to do more for our youth, and I hope today's discussion continues to move us forward to a city where every child feels supported, protected, and connected to opportunity. Every child deserves mentorship.
Thank you, Ms. Scott. Mayor's Office of Workforce Development.
Oh, we sent it to Power? We sent it to Power? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, Miles has it, all the copies. You want Miles to know about this? Yeah, we sent it on Friday.
Good afternoon. Sorry about that. We had a little glitch with our presentation, but we have some copies that's coming up to you that you can follow along with us.
Okay.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to come to speak about the Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program. My name is Carmen McKinley. I serve as the Director of Youth Initiatives with the Office of Workforce Development. And on this afternoon, I have my Deputy Director, Ms. Tammy Washington, and also our Operations Lead for the Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program, Ms. Lillian Nero. So the Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program serves youth between the ages of 16 through 24. This program is an overview of paid work experience in addition to career exploration. We provide paid work experience with local partners, and we're so happy to see Mr. Raby that is here, which is one of our partners with the Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program. What MSYEP provides is career exposure across industries such as healthcare, technology, engineering, green infrastructure, business, and government. And so as of today, we have 951 applicants that have been processed and geared to participate with our program for a period of 6 to 8 weeks. We are budgeted for 1,000 youth, so we are actively continuing to make sure that we get as many applications in as processed by the deadline that we have been handed over with our CNO accounting department. We also provide communication skills, professionalism, financial literacy, and also workplace etiquette, making sure that when we touch our youth that are coming in, we're starting them off with the tools necessary for them to actually go into a career. We also have 3 MSYEP program tracks. The first is our traditional, which are youth aged between 16 to 21. These are mostly our high schoolers that come in to work during the summer. This focuses on learning workplace norms, customer service, teamwork, and time management. We also have a track which is work and learn. These are youth between the age of 16 through 24, and they participate in programs that are combined with employment and academic readiness with our partners, which is Southern University at New Orleans and also the University of New Orleans. And then our last track is Intern NOLA. These are our college students, which we try to match them based off of their career industry that they're going to school for. And these interns are expected to take on high responsibility roles as well, work independently with our partners. So investing in youth equals investing in safer communities, partner with our workforce development strategy, prevention, prepare, and connect. And so we provide structure, engagement, economic opportunity, mentorship and exposure, skill development, and also career pathways with this. Our community impact with our Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program reduces the likelihood of juvenile crime. It strengthens our community ties and accountability and creates productive workforce-ready young adults. Our operations lead, Lillian Nero, will take us further through our slides and talk a little bit about our application process.
Good afternoon, everyone. So the registration...
One second, is it Nero with an N?
Yes,
Ms. Nero?
N-E-R-O.
Okay, Councilmember Hughes, do you want to speak now? Okay, you can continue, Ms. Nero.
So the registration process is intentionally structured to ensure accountability, compliance, and payroll accuracy. This isn't the youth signing up for a summer activity. This is employment. And so we want to prepare them ahead of time as they enter into the workforce. So to begin, every applicant must complete the online application. They then have an in-person registration in which they schedule an interview. They have their document verification as well as their orientation and onboarding requirements. And so as a part of the interview process, we require that they present themselves in business casual attire because, again, we are trying to prepare them for entering into the workforce. And in terms of the required documentation, the documents that we require are needed, to verify their identities, confirm Orleans Parish residency because the program does only service Orleans Parish residents, ensure payroll accuracy, prevent duplicate records as well as fraud, meet the state and federal requirements for employment, as well as processing work permits for minors under the age of 18.
Our top 5 requested placements within our program is healthcare, government, technology, green infrastructure, and also engineering. So with our 2025 outcomes and impacts with our program, last year we did over $1.67 million in wages, which was distributed to families across the New Orleans region. Our financial literacy milestone, 91% of our youth saved at least $100 during the program, which helped us reinforce lessons in money management and budgeting. And also with our employer partners, STEM NOLA employed 50 youth during the summer of last year, helping to build STEM kits that contributed to educational equity, economic mobility, in the range of $2 million. So we were very proud of that partnership with STEM NOLA in Eastern New Orleans. So thank you again so much for the opportunity for us to come out and talk about the Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program. We are very proud of the work that we continue to do over the last 2 years. We have made great strides within the program and we continue to enhance it each year.
Thank you. First, we'll hear from Councilmember Hughes, then Councilmember Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon. Let me thank you all for your great work. I've been trying to dig into this workforce issue because it seems like we have a lot of organizations doing workforce development and clearly doing good work. I guess where I get a little perplexed is, as Chair of Public Works, I meet with a lot of companies and they all tell me the same thing, that we just have a shortage of skilled, qualified labor here in the city of New Orleans. Welders, for example, everybody tells me they just don't have enough qualified welders, and we know the salary associated with welding. We have your organization, we have just so many others doing workforce development. So first thing I want to know is, how often do you all collaborate, or do you not collaborate? With the Career Center and just every workforce program that's going on? What's the frequency of the collaboration?
We collaborate very often with the workforce partners through our Workforce Development Board, because right now we have a partnership with Delgado and the Greater New Orleans Inc. for a special grant, and it's like a regional partnership where we're working with the different community colleges within the region, and they're actually training for infrastructure jobs such as welding and transportation, truck drivers, construction job certifications. And so we're trying to get individuals enrolled into that program now, because we know that the welders and infrastructure is a big industry, and as individuals come into the Job One American Job Center, we tell them the top industries, and that's one that we're focused on.
I want to learn more about your Work and Learn program. And how do you define youth? I don't really put a 21-year-old as a youth, certainly not a 24-year-old. So how did we come at that 16 to 24 category? And the people that are north of 18, are these college students? Are they not college students? Is it a mix? But yeah, just walk me through how we got to that.
So the 16 through 24 age range is in collaboration with our WIOA age gap with our funding. And so WIOA determines youth between the ages of 16 through 24, so we followed that pattern. And it is a mixture of both. We also have out of school youth that are maybe taking a gap year, not sure what they want to do. And so we provide them with some experience as well for them just to find their interests or whatever they may be interested in as a career exploration.
And also with the Work and Learn, the Upward Bound, so Upward Bound focus on high school students, so the older students kind of working with those students. With high school students.
Yeah. You know, I'm just continuing to tell everybody, you know, we have to be more intentional as a city. And, you know, we have to start early. But in high school, we know some of our youth are going to go to college. We know some are not going to go to college. And in my opinion, we have far too many, despite the Career Center and all of these workforce development programs, we have far too many high school students that graduate and are ill-prepared to fill high-demand jobs. And in my opinion, we're doing them a disservice. You know, I keep pushing the school system that there needs to be far more intentionality around career readiness for high-paying, high-demand jobs. Because the reality is a 21-year-old who's not in college attempting to live off of $15 an hour, it's just not going to get you far in this economy. And so I appreciate the great work that you all are doing, but there are just far too many jobs, and people tell me on a weekly basis that Orleans Parish residents are not qualified for, and so we're missing the mark somewhere. And I look forward to working with you all to ensure that we can get our residents in high-paying jobs that are in demand. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilmember Harris.
Thank you for everything that you do with our summer youth programming. I'm going to ask a difficult question because I ask it every time. Are we set up to get the students paid this year timely?
Yes, we are. So unfortunately, in 2023, we did have a payroll crisis. I was not in this role at the time, but when I came in, that was the priority, to work with CNO Accounting to identify those issues. We did identify those issues, and unfortunately, with a crisis, there's more publicity on the crisis than the correction. In 2024 and 2025, we had no issues with getting our youth paid timely, and we continue to make that a priority, working collaboratively with our accounting department. They are very gracious with making sure that we have ample enough time to get that information in our systems, that the youth are processed accordingly so that they can be paid timely, and we will continue to do that. So again, 2024, 2025, there were no issues. Our students were paid timely, and we're going to continue to make sure that that is a priority moving forward.
Okay, thank you. The other thing I want to talk about, and I'm not going to bury the lead, is the physical space at the Job One building. As you know, Recirculating Farms and some other farmers need and are leasing the space from Dryades YMCA. There is a question about whether or not that mezzanine floor is available and what programming you actually have there. So can you describe what programming is on the mezzanine, how many people take place in it, and what the schedule is?
The second floor of Job One, that's our youth career center. And so we do all of our youth activities on the second floor. The mezzanine space with the Recycling Farms, we did negotiate with them last year about space on the first floor that we were able to carve out, and we put that in our lease. But on the second floor, that's where we do our youth counseling at. They do the youth group sessions at, and also during the summertime, that's where the youth staff, because we have, how many?
12 career coaches
12
that
career
occupy
coaches
that
that
space.
come in, like we have permanent cubicles in that area, so the staff is able to use those cubicles on that second floor. And like I said, that's where we do our youth counseling.
Are they there every day of the summer, the counselors? The question is that space occupied every single day other than Saturday and Sunday?
Yes.
And how many children or youth come through that space, not just the office space and the mezz space, but the mezzanine space specifically?
There are a variety of youth that come in through our testing, our TABE testing, and I'm sorry I don't have that accurate number for you.
If you could get that for me, that'd be great.
Okay.
Account. And I do want to come pop by and visit, so I'll see you all soon just to take a tour of, I mean, I've been to the building several times, but specifically the mezzanine space. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank all of the presenters who presented today. One constant I'm seeing is outside of paying our youth, you all teach valuable life skills. I see that you have the interviews when you have to dress up. That is so important. A lot of people don't know what they don't know, and coming to an interview dressed appropriately is a big step up, is a big advantage, and over your competitor in getting that job. Also, I see you all stress financial literacy. So often in our community, that is not taught. People are just expected to know what to do with their money and how to invest their money, how to spend their money. And I also see that you all have skill development when you build discipline, responsibility, decision making. I see NARD in their programs, the children have to attend every session to get their money. I see where Heroes of New Orleans, they teach financial literacy and they teach job interviews and resume building. So I think it's important to understand that although definitely being paid and everyone wants to be paid, especially our kids, there are things that's equally as important, and those soft skills that'll carry you further than a temporary check. So I appreciate what you all are doing. Want to give a shout out to Miss Nero, member of New Hope Baptist Church, correct? And I saw your wristband, Dr. Sigma Theta as well. So congratulations. I know you were at Xavier. Are you done? Are you almost done?
I graduated last Saturday.
Okay, congratulations. These are the stories we need to highlight. Our young children, mainly our young black children who are doing what we don't often give them credit for doing, and that's going to college, making responsible decisions and representing themselves in our community well. And it's not lost on me that between Heroes, NARD, and your organization, most of the participants are black youth. So I think we need to really elevate these programs and invest in them if we want to continue the low trajectory that our crime stats are seeing. We definitely need to continue to invest in not just the three presenters today, but as many nonprofits that's doing this great work as possible. We did have time slated for an additional presenter. They're not here, so I don't want to belabor this any longer. We're going to hear from Ms. Scott, and if our last presenter isn't here by the time Ms. Scott is finished speaking, we're going to adjourn the meeting.
And thank you, Councilmember King. I wanted just to address some very key points that you made. And with this lady sitting next to me, when we're talking about intention and the ages of our youth that come through the program, we're very intentional about the job placements that we do seek for them. Lillian actually started off as an intern with our program. We monitor her, we followed her through her whole summer youth experience, and then we offered her to come in and be a career coach. She worked a whole year being a career coach with our program. She was assigned to all of our City Hall departments, and they eagerly requested her to return. But then we saw something very bright in her, and again, working with intention, she was then promoted to become our operations lead within our summer program. So we take all of our youth very seriously. We watch them, we monitor them, and we make sure that we help them grow to where they can go into jobs that's catered to them, they have an interest in, and we make sure that we're building them for a future New Orleans.
Well, we thank you. We appreciate that. It's important that the kids see that they can ultimately get employed, a good job. So you're now full-time with the city now, Ms. Nero?
Yes, until I leave for graduate school in August.
Okay, so where you going?
Vanderbilt.
Pardon me. Well, it's nice to see our children, I'm saying not children, our youth, and get those experiences. Hopefully, once you're done at Vanderbilt, you can come back to the city and enrich our community, enrich our city. Ms. Scott, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon again. My name is Shantae Scott, mother of Jace Lee Scott. So, when we talk about workforce development, job readiness, and economic opportunity for young people, we must also talk about the realities many youth in this city are facing before they ever reach adulthood. Because too many young people in New Orleans are growing up surrounded by violence, trauma, instability, and systems that they no longer trust. And the truth is, a city cannot build a strong workforce while losing its youth to violence, hopelessness, and neglect. Workforce development must begin long before someone applies for a job. It begins with safe communities, safe schools, mentorships, mental health support, recreation, educational opportunities, and adults who are willing to guide young people before the streets do. My son, Jace Lee Scott, was a young man with a future, and like so many families in this city, I know what it feels like to have that future taken away. That is why I stand here today to say economic opportunity and public safety must go hand in hand. Because if young people do not feel safe, if they do not feel supported, if they do not trust the systems around them, then many will never make it to the workforce opportunities being discussed in this room today. I also want to say this respectfully again, families need more than speeches and presentations. We need to see visible investments in neighborhoods, visible investments in youth, visible investments in prevention, and visible accountability from the institutions responsible for protecting the city's children. I ride through New Orleans and I see abandoned spaces, disconnected youth, and communities still struggling while families continue to bury loved ones. I should alarm every leader in this city because every child
Ms. Scott, any other comments? Make a motion to adjourn. Second by Councilmember Harris. All in favor? 3 ayes, no nays. Means adjourned. Thank you.